Welcome back to English Podcast Academy.
Hey, English learners. Welcome back to English Podcast Academy. I'm Noah.
And I'm Clara. And today we're doing something different.
Today, we are not just having a conversation about life. Today, we are talking about how to learn English. Specifically, how to speak English faster, more naturally, more confidently.
And we are sharing one technique that completely changed how we both think about language learning.
One technique. Simple, free. You can start today.
It is called shadowing.
And before you think, oh, I've heard of this, stay with us. Because most people who have heard of shadowing are not doing it correctly.
Not even close. So we are going to break it down completely. What it is, why it works, how to do it, step by step.
But first, hello to everyone listening right now.
Yes, welcome. This is English Podcast Academy. Real English, real conversations. No boring grammar, no textbooks. Just two people talking and your English growing while you listen.
This episode is A2 to B1 level. Clear, natural, not too fast. Stay with us even if you miss something.
And one small tip, if the speed feels too fast or too slow for you, you can adjust it anytime. Just tap the settings icon at the bottom right of your screen.
Perfect for making this podcast work exactly for your level.
And listen again if you can. The second listen is always better.
One small thing, if this podcast helps you, please hit the like button right now. It really makes a difference.
Subscribe if you haven't yet. Ring the bell, new episode every single day.
And your comment challenge for today, have you ever tried the shadowing method? Write one sentence in English in the comments. We read every single one.
Okay, Noah, what is shadowing?
Shadowing is a language learning technique where you listen to someone speaking and you repeat what they say at almost exactly the same time, like a shadow following a person.
Like an echo, but immediate. You hear it, and almost simultaneously, you say it.
Not after, not a few seconds later, at the same time, or just a tiny moment behind.
And you don't just repeat the words, you copy everything. The rhythm, the speed, the intonation, the pauses.
Intonation. Let's explain this. Intonation is the rise and fall of your voice when you speak, the music of the language.
And intonation is one of the biggest differences between someone who sounds natural in English and someone who sounds like they are reading from a textbook.
You can know every word, every grammar rule, and still sound unnatural if your intonation is wrong.
And shadowing fixes intonation because you are literally copying the exact music of the language from a real speaker in real time.
So why does it work? What is actually happening in your brain?
When you shadow, your brain is doing multiple things simultaneously. Listening, processing, speaking, copying rhythm, copying sounds, all at the same time.
And that simultaneous processing is what makes it so powerful. Because normally, when you learn language, you do these things separately. You listen, then you think, then you speak.
But in real conversation, everything happens at the same time. So shadowing trains your brain for real conversation.
It closes the gap between understanding English and actually producing English naturally.
Most learners understand more than they can speak. They think faster in English than they can talk in English.
Shadowing closes that gap because your mouth, your ear, and your brain are all working together, constantly.
It is like a workout for your English-speaking muscles.
And like any workout, the more you do it, the stronger you get.
Okay, how do you actually do it? Let's make it very practical, step by step. Step 1, choose your material. And this is important. Not everything works for shadowing.
First, it should be at your level. If you understand about 70 to 80%, that is perfect.
Too easy, and you learn nothing new. Too hard, and you are just copying sounds without understanding.
Second, it should be natural spoken English, not slow, overpronounced, artificial English.
Good options for A2 to B1 learners, podcasts like this one, short YouTube videos, TV shows you already know in your own language.
TV shows you know well are great because you already understand the story, so your brain can focus on the language, not on following the plot.
Step 2, listen first. Before you shadow, listen to the clip once or twice, just to understand the general meaning.
Because if you were trying to understand and shadow at the same time, especially at the beginning, it is too much. Separate the understanding from the shadowing.
First understand, then shadow.
Step 3, shadow. Play the audio and speak along at the same time, out loud.
Out loud. This is critical. Not in your head, out loud.
Because your mouth needs the practice. Your pronunciation muscles, your lips, your tongue, your jaw, they need to physically practice making English sounds.
Thinking English and speaking English are completely different physical experiences.
And most learners practice thinking English. Not enough learners practice speaking English. Shadowing forces you to speak every single time.
Step 4. Do not stop when you make mistakes. Keep going.
Because in real conversation, you cannot stop and fix everything. The conversation keeps moving, and shadowing trains your brain to keep moving too.
The mistakes are the learning.
Step 5. Repeat the same clip multiple times.
How many times?
As many as it takes to feel comfortable. 5 times, 10 times, until it starts to feel automatic.
And automatic is the goal. You want the words and the rhythm to come out without thinking.
Because that is what fluency actually is. Not knowing the words, not knowing the grammar, but producing language without thinking about it.
Okay, I want to be honest. When I first tried shadowing, I felt completely ridiculous.
Same. The first time I tried it, I was whispering because I was embarrassed, even alone in my apartment.
Even alone, which is funny. Nobody was listening, but I still felt self-conscious.
Because speaking out loud, really speaking, feels vulnerable.
But I kept going. And after a few sessions, something shifted. I started to feel the rhythm of English in a way I never had before.
Yes, that is the moment, when the rhythm starts to feel natural, like the language starts to live in your body, not just in your head.
And after that, speaking English felt different, more natural, less like translating and more like just talking.
That gap between understanding and speaking, it started to close.
Slowly, but clearly.
Okay, common mistakes, because there are a few things that make shadowing less effective.
Mistake number 1, shadowing silently, in your head, not out loud.
This is the most common mistake. People listen and repeat in their head and think they are shadowing, but they are not.
If you are not speaking out loud, you are just listening, which is good, but different. Shadowing is speaking, always out loud.
Mistake number 2, choosing material that is too difficult. If you understand less than 60%, the shadowing becomes just copying sounds without meaning.
Start easier than you think you need to. You can always go harder later.
Mistake number 3, only doing it once. The whole power of shadowing comes from repetition. The same clip, multiple times, until it feels natural.
Mistake number 4, only doing it once a week. 10 minutes every day is infinitely more powerful than 1 hour once a week.
Because language learning is about building pathways in your brain, and those pathways need regular reinforcement.
Every day, a little, beats a lot. Rarely, always.
Okay, let me give you a practical routine you can start today.
Yes, make it concrete.
Pick one podcast or video you like, 5 to 10 minutes long. Listen once for understanding. Then play it again and shadow out loud.
Speaking along, copying the rhythm, the speed, the intonation.
Do this for the same clip every day for 1 week.
The same clip every day?
The same clip. And notice how by day 3, it feels different. By day 5, parts come out automatically.
And by day 7, you have internalized the patterns, the rhythm, some of the phrases, without consciously studying them.
Without a single grammar exercise, without memorizing vocabulary lists, just by listening and speaking repeatedly.
That is the beauty of shadowing. It feels like practice, but it works like immersion.
And after 1 week, you move to a new clip, and you are already better than when you started.
Compound progress, small improvements every day, adding up to something remarkable over time.
And you can use this podcast for shadowing right now, this conversation.
Yes, listen to this episode, then play it again and speak along with us. Copy how we pause, how we emphasize certain words, how our voice rises and falls.
Even 5 minutes of shadowing this episode will do more for your speaking than reading 10 grammar rules.
Because you are practicing real English, natural English, the English people actually use. Okay, word tour time. Key vocabulary from today. Slowly and clearly.
Ready?
Ready.
First, shadowing.
Shadowing is a language learning technique where you listen to a speaker and repeat what they say almost simultaneously, copying the words, the rhythm, the speed, and the intonation.
For example, I practice shadowing every morning for 10 minutes. Or, shadowing helped me sound more natural in English faster than anything else.
Shadowing. Shadowing.
Next, intonation.
Intonation is the rise and fall of your voice when you speak, the musical pattern of language.
For example, my intonation was wrong and I sounded unnatural even though my grammar was correct. Or, shadowing is one of the best ways to improve your English intonation.
Intonation. Intonation.
Next, simultaneously.
Simultaneously means at the same time. When two things happen simultaneously, they happen together, not one after the other.
For example, in shadowing, you listen and speak simultaneously. Or, real conversation requires you to listen and think simultaneously.
Simultaneously. Simultaneously.
Next, to internalize.
To internalize something means to absorb it so deeply that it becomes automatic, part of how you think and speak naturally, without conscious effort.
For example, after shadowing the same clip for a week, I had internalized the rhythm completely. Or, the goal is to internalize the language, not just memorize it. To internalize. To internalize. Next, fluency.
Fluency means the ability to speak a language smoothly, naturally, and automatically, without stopping to think about every word.
For example, shadowing helped me get closer to fluency faster than traditional study. Or, fluency is not about being perfect, it is about being natural and automatic.
Fluency. Fluency.
Next, self-conscious.
To feel self-conscious means to feel awkward or embarrassed, overly aware of how you appear or sound to others.
For example, I felt self-conscious speaking out loud even when nobody was listening. Or, many English learners feel self-conscious about their accent.
Self-conscious. Self-conscious.
Next, to reinforce. To reinforce means to strengthen something by repeating or adding to it. Regular practice reinforces the pathways in your brain that make language automatic. For example, doing shadowing every day reinforces the patterns you are learning. Or, repetition reinforces vocabulary much better than studying it once.
To reinforce. To reinforce.
Next, compound progress.
Compound progress means small improvements that build on each other over time, creating much bigger results than you would expect from each individual effort.
For example, 10 minutes of shadowing every day creates compound progress over months. Or, consistency beats intensity. That is the power of compound progress.
Compound progress. Compound progress.
And our last word, immersion.
Immersion means surrounding yourself completely with a language. Shadowing creates an immersion effect, even without living in an English-speaking country.
For example, you don't need to move abroad to experience English immersion. Or, daily shadowing combined with listening creates a powerful immersion environment at home.
Immersion. Immersion.
And that is your word tour. 9 expressions: shadowing, intonation, simultaneously, to internalize, fluency, self-conscious, to reinforce, compound progress, immersion.
Go back and listen slowly if you need to, and try to use one of these words today, even just in your thoughts, in English. Okay, let's bring everything together.
First, shadowing closes the gap between understanding English and speaking English naturally. It trains your brain for real conversation.
Second, how to do it. Choose material at your level. Listen first, then shadow out loud. Don't stop for mistakes. Repeat the same clip multiple times.
Third, avoid the common mistakes. Never shadow silently. Don't choose material that is too hard. Be consistent. Every day, even 10 minutes.
Fourth, start with this episode. Play it again. Shadow along with us. That is your homework for today.
And remember, the embarrassment you feel speaking out loud alone, that discomfort is where the growth lives.
Push through it. Every single time.
Your comment challenge. Have you ever tried the shadowing method? Write your answer in the comments in English, just one sentence.
For example, I tried shadowing once, but I felt embarrassed. Or, I have never tried shadowing, but I want to start today.
We read every single comment. And if this episode helped you,
please give it a like right now. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Ring the bell. New episode every single day.
and share this episode with one person who is learning English. One person. It could change their learning completely.
And before you go, click on the next video. More conversations, more methods, more English waiting for you.
Every episode, something new to help your English grow. Practically, naturally, every day.
Remember, the best way to learn English is to use English every day, even for 10 minutes, even imperfectly.
Imperfect practice beats perfect in action, every single time.
So press play again, shadow this episode, speak out loud, keep going.
Because that is how fluency happens. Not in a classroom, not from a textbook, but from real practice, every single day.
This was English Podcast Academy. I'm Noah.
And I'm Clara.
Shadow every day.
And we will see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Bye.